and we grow it so you can see everything that we're doing so you can implement it into your business. My name is Derrick, Mr. Fresh Harper. You dig? That's my thing. That's what I do. I'm your host, and I'm so glad you guys are here today because today we're going to be talking about something special about your future. We're going to be talking about your future, and I hope that we can get your future to the way that you actually want it to be. I'm not going to be before you long today. We've got a lot of things to do to get ready to hit our goal. All right, so as you guys have been following us, you know that we have a new initiative, a new goal to sell 100,000 books. All right, we had a goal to hit 100,000 books, and so we're going to take you along on the journey of us selling these 100,000 books. Okay. All right. So our book, like I said, is called Eradicate Fear, and we're going to show you, we're going to walk you through setting up everything and building this out and doing everything to sell 100,000 copies of this book in 2023. Okay. Now, I'm doing this because I want you guys to see that you don't have to be the best. You don't have to have everything given to you, spoon-fed to you. You don't have to have a large following in order to sell a lot of books. Now, have I sold books before? Yes. Have I sold 100,000 books before? No. Have I sold 10,000 books before? No. Have I sold 5,000 books before? No. So what makes you, I know a lot of people you're going to be saying, what makes you think you can sell 100,000 books if you've never sold 5,000 or more? Have you sold 2,000? No. So what do you, well, I know a lot of you saying like, how are you going to feel like you're going to do that? Because I have faith and I know how to get there. See, a lot of times, what happens with you guys is you don't have the faith because you don't know how to get there, right? And the thing is, you don't have to know how you're going to get there. You just got to know that you're going to get there. You have to know 100% without a doubt that you're going to get there. And if you don't feel like you're going to get there, you got to say it to yourself every day. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. Whatever it is that you're trying to get to, you just got to know that you're going to get there and then believe that you can get there. And then as you believe and you start making moves toward it, then, you're going to start to figure out what to do. And the plans will come to you, as you start to work your plan, right? So I just know that if I want to sell 100,000 books, I have to get in front of as many people as I can. And I need to find the fastest way to do that. And so the fastest way to do that, guys, is to actually reach out to other people who have larger audiences that might be interested in what I have. And I'm going to leverage those audiences, guys, and I'm going to take you along the ride as we do that. So our first thing that we're going to do that we have done is, or that we're working on right now, is that we're building a list of people that are influential, that have a huge following. Right now, right now we have a small following here, which is great. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't care if I only had 7 people following me. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you for watching my stuff and supporting me, because you don't have to do it, right? So we're going to reach out to people with larger followings who've already have the people congregating that should be interested in what I have. So we're looking for business owners. So we're compiling a list right now, and we're compiling a list of 100 people in 100 places that we can go after that can help us push this book, guys. So if you guys know anybody that can help, then please send me a message. Put in the comments under the video, or send me a message on Instagram if those of you are listening on Spotify and all those great places, Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. Those of you who are listening, guys, hey, Derrick at DerrickHarper.org. DERRICK is how you spell Derrick, at DerrickHarper, HARPER.org. Send me a message. If you know anybody, then let me know, because we're going to be pushing this agenda, and we're going to reach 100,000. I'm going to reach the goal, right? If there's people that sell 100,000 books, and it's no problem. So we're going to reach out to everything. So we made a list of 100 people, or we're working on that list today. We worked on it yesterday. We're going to work on it today even more to find out who are the people that are influential in the industry that have a following that might be interested in eradicating their fear, right? So we're going to be talking to those people, and we're going to send out what we do. We're just going to take our business model that we normally have, and we're going to apply that same business model to selling the books, right? Because it's just a product. At the end of the day, it's just a product, and it replaces a service that we're normally working with. We're normally working with a service, so this is a product. So we're going to take this product and we're going to build. We have a framework built around it. All right, so that's the first thing you guys need to do. If you have any type of product or service, you need to build a framework around your product or service. All right, so you build a framework around the product, and then you give the framework, and then you sell the product, because the product is what makes the framework work. So we built the framework around it. The product is the thing that helps help you execute on the framework, because it has actionable steps. It has actionable steps in here. It's a video book, and it has the QR codes. It has the QR codes that goes to a video course inside of the book. So it has a framework with an actual course built into it and attached to it. So it's not like any other book. It's got the uniqueness. It's got the style. So like I said, we've done that part of it. So if you don't have a product, then this is where you're going to start. You're going to find out who your target people are. You're going to find out, how you're going to serve them. And then you build a framework around a product. You get a product and you build a framework around the product. But make sure it's what the people need and what the people want, all right? So then, like I said, we're building a list. We're building a list of 100 people that we're going to go after, and we're going to add, we're going to solicit, or I should say solicit. I should say pitch and pray, all right? We're going to do what we call pitch and pray. We're going to pitch to these people, and we're going to pray that they'll say yes, okay? Now, a lot of you might be saying, man, you're leaving it up to chance. Like, no, it's not leaving it up to chance. It's actually going after it, right? In order for you to make it out here in this cold world, guys, you got to go out and get it, right? You can't just sit back and just say, yo, I'm going to create content till somebody comes. Like, no, you got to go out and get it. You got to go out and find these people. So we're going to go out and find these people. We have another strategy as well. So right now we're working on 100 people that might be interested. We're also working on trying to get into the jail system, so we can get the book into the jail system. And when we sell 100 copies, like, we're still giving it away free. All we need to do is cover the shipping. All right. So even if you're interested in this book, right up under this video, there is a link to purchasing or actually ordering the book. All you need to do is cover the $9.99 in shipping. All right, it's $9.99 in shipping. Hey, I don't make the shipping prices. That's what they make. We're breaking even on this. All right, all we try to do is break even, and $9.99 is where we break even. Now we might make 30, 40 cents. Now, but it's not anything. It's not going to make us rich, I should say. So covering the shipping. So we're going to give it to the jail system free as well. Of course, they're gonna have to cover the shipping, because we gotta have the money to ship the book and actually purchase the books again. So all we're doing is just recycling and just getting more, so we can get the word out. So we're gonna put out 100,000 of these books this year. Like I said, we don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know what is going to happen. We just know that it's going to happen, and we're going to leverage as many people as we can to get the word out, to get the book out, because it's information, and we feel like it's important because this already has helped somebody, right? And so that's where we want to keep our focus on the future of our future, right? Our future with this book and this business is to get it to a point where it's 8, 9, 10 figures, and we can start blessing more people. We can start helping more people change their lives, and we can do bigger work. All right, it's about the work, it's about the people. It's not really about the money, but we need the money to help the people. So once we get the money, we're going to put it right back into our business to get out, to further our reach. This is our ministry. This is my ministry, really. It's really a ministry. And that's what we'll treat it as such. The money that comes in, we spend it on ministry, right? Of course, we need living expenses, so we'll take living expenses, but we want to focus on our ministry. And guys, you have a ministry as well, and you don't know it. It's your business. Your business is your ministry. So if you are sitting at a job right now and you hate your job, and you are a clock watcher, what I call a clock watcher. You know what a clock watcher is? Somebody that watches the clock all day long saying, yo, 2 more hours, or 1 more hour, right? If you're that person, yo, that's your sign to say, whatever I'm doing on the side, I need to take that full time, right? I need to take that business full time. But guess what? Your fear of failure is going to forfeit your future. Your fear of failure is going to forfeit your future. You're going to give up your future because you have a fear of failure. You're sitting in a job and you hate it. Like, like it is detrimental for you to sit in a job and hate it and still go because you got bills to pay. Like, if you have an idea and you have a business and you have something inside of you, or you working a business, right? So I'm talking to business owners right now. You got a business and you're sitting at a job and you're not taking the steps to push that business out to the forefront so you can make your side hustle your main hustle. Then you are a generational thief, because you have something that God has implanted inside of you for you to go out and reach the masses and affect the world. I don't care if you're selling lip balm, right? That lip balm is going to be something that's going to save and help somebody who has really dry, chapped lips, and your stuff is the only thing that keeps their lips moisturized so they don't crack. And they might be going home crying every night because they know anytime they got to go like this when they walk in the street, because the air dries their lips out so bad that it cracks, and they literally go home crying because their lips crack every day and it's hurting. And your stuff, your lip balm might be the only one that keeps their lips moisturized enough so they don't crack and bleed. Like, you got to think about that. There might be tens of thousands of people that have that same problem, and you are solving that problem for them. You are the person that might be giving them the confidence to go out and speak. They might be wanting to be a speaker, but they can't do it because their lips crack all the time. I'm just making this up, but it's a true thing, and it happens all the time. And then that makes your future even more bright because you're selling to these people and they are paying you for it. And now you can take care of your family. You can retire your wife. You can retire your husband. You can spend time with your kids. You can have that time freedom to do the things that you want to do. You can go all that stuff, play golf all day. You can, surf the internet all day, play video games all day if you want to, because you're making money hand over fist, and you don't have to work as hard, and you can live the quality of life the way God wants you to live your life. But you're going to forfeit all of that because you're scared to make a move. One move, guys, I'm telling you, on the other side of fear is success. But if you forfeit if you have that fear of failure, you're going to forfeit the future that you have created, or you're creating in your mind right now. You're creating your future in your mind. You're seeing yourself. I know it, guys. You are sitting there. You're seeing yourself with millions of dollars. You're seeing yourself with the house. You're seeing yourself with the car. You're seeing yourself having a happy relationship with your wife. You're seeing yourself having a happy relationship with your husband. You're seeing yourself with great relationship with your kids. You're seeing yourself in Dubai. You're seeing yourself in the Maldives. You're seeing yourself in St. Lucia. You're seeing yourself sunbathing on a beach in France. You're seeing yourself eating great food. You're seeing yourself just living your life and traveling and doing the things that you want to do on your terms, but you can't get to that thing because you won't make one move. You're one move away, one yes away from blowing this thing out of the water and reaching everything that you ever desired. But that one thing is keeping you stuck and locked in a place that's telling you, we're going to take care of your future, in which they're not. That pension that you think you're going to get, it's not going to be enough. That 401k that you're buying into is not going to be enough, right? All that stuff that they say, hey, 401k, and put your money here and put your money here, and your pension, we're going to take care of you. No, they're not. You're going to finish in 30 years, and then you're going to end up being a greeter at Walmart because you got to work in order to continue to make your bills. And you're 65 years old being a greeter at Walmart, and you're wondering what you did with your life. You didn't make the move. You need to make the move. Make the move. Stop being scared. Make the move. And that's why I talk about making moves in the book, Eradicate Fear. I talk about it all the time inside the book. There's 7 principles inside of this book, guys. And that's what I talk about in this book. And so we're going to push that out to everybody that we can, because there's a lot of people that's sitting on that fence. I was there, guys. I was sitting on the fence. I wanted to make a move in my business. Like, I wanted to take my business full time because I was tired of going in there, going into a school system, getting cussed out by 10-year-olds. Do you know what it feels like to get cussed out by a 10-year-old? Probably not, because you haven't been there, or 11-year or 12-year-old. Like, we were getting cursed out every day, seems like, right? And I had to spend all of my energy telling the kids, sit down, stop moving, stop running around the classroom, stop hitting her, stop doing that, stop touching her, stop touching him. Y'all put your phones away, stop eating. Like, that's for the birds, yo. I'm not a babysitter, right? I have a specific skill, and I could be teaching it to people who actually want to learn it, not to not to kids who don't want to learn it, right? So I was on the I hated it. When I knew it was time for me to go, when I started going in there, and I was like, I hate it. When the pandemic hit and I was lying about not feeling comfortable going into the school because of the COVID, and I was like, oh, I don't feel comfortable, and getting able to go home and stuff. Like, kid came into the classroom one day, they was in my classroom and they had COVID. They didn't know. They went home, took a test, had COVID, and so they were like saying, do you feel like this? How long did you come in close contact with the person? Like, yeah, I was within such and such feet of her, but I don't feel. It's like, okay, you're good. I was like, no, I don't feel comfortable. Lying because I didn't want to be there. Lying because I didn't want to be there. And so that's when I knew, yo, it's time to go. I'm lying to get out of the work so I could be at home and work from home and all that stuff. Like, yo, it's time for me to go. And so a lot of you feel that same way. You're like, yo, I'm here. I'm lying to get off of work. You know, I'm ducking out. I'm taking longer breaks than I should. I'm in places where I'm not supposed to be, but I'm there because I can get away with it. And I'd rather do that than be working. It's time for you to go. You have a business, but you're scared to take it full time. Why? Because you don't have the knowledge. And I intend to give you guys the knowledge, man. But the first thing we need to do is we need to worry about that fear. We got to get rid of that fear. All right. We got to get rid of that fear. We get rid of that fear with faith and knowledge and consistency. And once we get knowledge and consistency, we can push past that fear, and then we'll be able to reach all of the goals that we set out for ourselves, man. So that's what we're doing with the book, man. We're compiling a list right now. So if you guys are in a situation with your business, man, and you're trying to figure out what to do, how to get it growing, start compiling a list of people that have an influence over what you have, or that people that have an influence over people that have that those people would be interested in your product or your service, right? So even if you're a brick and mortar, like say for example you're selling, weight loss product. You have a weight loss product. Where would your people who want to lose weight, where would they hang out? They would hang out in gyms. They would hang out in, maybe they'd be in playgrounds, but most of your people are going to be hanging out in gyms, right? So you need to make a list of all the gyms in your area, okay? All the gyms in your area, and you need to pitch every single one of them and say, hey, I got a weight loss product. Can I get it in your gym? Or can I set up a class where I can talk to your people, and tell them about the product? Find out where they're hanging out online. Go into those online things and find out who's the head and talk to them and make deals with them. Like, you've got to do something different. You can't just try to put it on the internet and be like, y'all buy it, right? Like, there's a strategy for that, and I have that strategy for you, and I can give you that strategy. But the biggest thing is, like, model what we're doing here. Model what I'm doing here. I promise you guys, it's going to work. I'm telling you, I'm going to sell 100,000 of these books, right? I'm going to sell 100,000 of these books. And I'm going to give you the process of doing it. And don't look at it as, oh, he's just selling books. Look at it as he's doing business. He's selling a product. So a product. Look at this book and make it a product or a service. And then follow what we're doing. I promise you, we're going to have success together. We're all together. We're going to sell 100,000 of our product or 100,000 of our service right here on this podcast. So if you keep coming back and you keep seeing what we're doing, you follow what we're doing, we're going to make it. All right. So this is we're going to call this episode 60. It's probably like 62. We mismanaged on the numbers. So we're going to figure out where the numbers are. And like, I'm going to always reference this one. We're going to just call this one 60. So I was like, yo, go back to episode 60, see where we started and come back, right? Go back to episode 60. So this is where we start. We're going to show you inside and everything. So on our Instagram, man, I'm going to be doing this on our Instagram. I'm just going to follow the journey of us on the Instagram and doing what we're doing. All right. So it's going to be great. I love you guys. Remember that everything that you do today affects your future. So don't let fear forfeit your future. So remember tomorrow. My name is Derrick, Mr. Fresh Harper. You dig? And I will see you tomorrow.